Do you realize that there is something that is controlling us? It controls what we think, our emotions. It makes us feel weaker. And some people's lives are destroyed by this thing, or the lives they could have had was taken away, because a lot of people feel fear. Sometimes we feel confused. We get passive. We don't realize that things outside of us are manipulating us. They control us. It could be things in our culture. It could be, sometimes we want comfort. We've been taught to be comfort, and that makes us just drift. It's conforming to the world around us, and we're drifting more than we care to admit, because we are intelligent, we have talent. So why don't we do all the things we want to get done? We have good intentions. Sometimes we end up failing at what we want to do because we're drifting. And drift, this controls a lot of people. And we cannot let drift control us, because we have to take possession of our own minds. Don't worry about what everybody else is thinking. Don't let the day just carry you. We wake up and we say, oh, what shall I do today? Don't let that. Don't let watching the news sway your opinions. Don't let other people's opinions make you react, because we're wasting time and energy on these outside influences. Some people wake up and start scrolling immediately on their phone before they're figuring out, what is my purpose? What do I want to get done? We move by habit. And sometimes we don't carry out our plans or what's aligned with what we want to do. Okay? When you do things, you have to ask yourself, is this aligned with what I want to do? And this is not being lazy, drifting. It's not about being lazy. But sometimes it looks like you're having a normal life. You wake up. Some of us go to work. Some of us are home doing work. We wake up to the noise of the day. We put the TV on, or we scroll right away through our phones. We watch what everybody else is doing. But we're not actually moving toward anything. We get involved with chores. They have to be done. Taking care of other people and pets and things, that has to be done. But we're merely existing, and we're following a silent guide of a sort, but we're going to lose if we stop thinking for ourselves. Figure out what you want. Have a vision about what you want. And each day, stick to it. Because if you get too comfortable, when you feel you have arrived, the next step is to get rotten. And you know why we could be controlled like this? It's so many areas of life that are set, so many systems, but we've been taught to fear. We've been taught to be afraid. We're afraid of being criticized. We're afraid of poverty. We're afraid of old age. We're afraid of sickness. We're afraid of loss of being loved. We are afraid. A big one is, what will people think? And once fear takes a hold of us, sometimes we sabotage our own selves. We quit before we start the thing we want to do. We're dreamers rather than doers. Sometimes people make us feel small, like, who do you think you are? Or sometimes we doubt ourselves. We're not even aware of what we're capable of. And then we hesitate. And fear is the worst thing. And you have it when you start drifting. Things you want to do, they're eating at you. You're privately shamed that you're not doing the thing you want to do or you're supposed to be doing. Sometimes we eat without thinking, is this what I'm eating aligned with the body I want to have or the health I want to have? Sometimes we speak words without watching what we're creating or where they're landing or how they're affecting our life, because words are creative. Sometimes we just agree without discerning, is this something I agree with? And we'll lose if we act like this. We'll be shaping our own prison cell. And this happens through many avenues. One I'll talk about right now is schooling. I was a teacher. I am retired, but we were taught through my own schooling and the way schools are run that you have to be obedient. You have to follow. You have a class with a lot of students. You have to follow along so the teacher can teach. So we're taught to be compliant. But sometimes the most creative kids are labeled as disruptive, or they're a problem if they ask too many questions, or they're bored, or they're daydreaming. These are the creative kids sometimes. But we're taught just to follow along. Everybody's sort of at the same place. Because if students act out or are disruptive, you can't teach. I know that. I can have a class of 30 kids. If 2 or 3 are disruptive, you really can't teach. But that quelches the curiosity in us as we were growing up. And even now, if you ask too many questions, or they'll label you as upstart. So in a way, we're trained to trade our individuality for approval. And we're trained that if we try to rise and get more out of life, people will be threatened by that. Well, we can talk about this more in the next one. If what I've spoken about struck a chord, press the like button, share it. Maybe you'll uplift someone else, someone who needs to hear this. We have a lot of topics to explore, but I wanted to get back to you and say you can do it. You can do what you want. Just stick to your plan before the noise and all the opinions and everything else throws you off track. You can do it. Create your best life. See you in the next one.